Welcome to Palace Insider. In a private U.S. interview, the Duchess of Sussex reportedly dropped a shocking line about her past, calling her relationship with an ex-boyfriend the biggest mistake of my life. That one sentence exploded across royal circles. Phones buzzed non-stop, and panic spread through the palace at exactly 1840 UK time.
Information came direct from Meghan's ex-husband. He reveals that Meghan Markle married for money, that she planned it all from the beginning, and the vision board with Prince Harry on it was revealed to her by someone who knew.
On February 5th, 2026, King Charles was quick to respond, saying her words once again disrespected the dignity and boundaries of the monarchy. The king didn't wait around. After a classified royal briefing, he acted fast. Warned of a media storm brewing, he personally opened a direct line to Meghan Markle. The chaos centered on wild claims about a supposed secret marriage between Meghan and an American man named Joe Giuliano.
Threatened Joe to take to the court, fight him if he opens his mouth. Is that a possibility? Especially when Meghan was researching the prince online.
Palace insiders revealed that sealed records from Bibb County, Georgia, dated 2011, were suddenly trending everywhere. The report even mentioned Toronto-based chef Corey Vitiello, Meghan's confirmed partner from 2012 to 2015. Old headlines resurfaced, timelines got messy, and online theories went wild.
What I learned about myself is no matter what my name is or what people call me, I'm still the same person. So that didn't change who I am. And maybe that's probably the biggest distinguishing fact.
The king's command to his team was clear. Make contact directly, no spokespersons, no filters. Sources say the call between King Charles and Meghan lasted exactly 17 minutes and 39 seconds. And every second was tense. During that heated exchange, Charles fired off 3 blunt questions. Had she ever legally married Joe Giuliano in the US? Were any records sealed by court order or personal request? And was her recent comment about Corey Vitiello a distraction to hide her past? Advisors later shared that Charles kept his tone steady, but his message hit hard. He reportedly warned, "If what I hold is true, you will be erased from the royal record." That one word, erased, sent palace lawyers into overdrive. What did it really mean? Under royal law, the fallout could be huge. Removal of Meghan's name, image, and titles from every official royal site, permanent exclusion from royal ceremonies, loss of honorary military and civic roles, and even stripping the Sussex brand of legal protections. Security tied to royal privileges could also be pulled. This wasn't gossip, it was serious royal damage control.
Being a part of this family and the platform that comes with that is an incredible responsibility that I take really seriously.
But things got even hotter when a private audio clip from a Los Angeles studio leaked online. In it, Meghan reportedly called Corey Vitiello a mistake from the past, a chapter that should never have existed. The recording, dated February 3rd and captured by sound technician Dominic Travis, was reportedly sold to a Canadian gossip blogger for $18,000. Within hours, it went viral under headlines like, "Erased and Denied, Meghan's Hidden Toronto Years." By 1400 GMT on February 5th, online searches for Meghan Giuliano marriage record and Meghan Corey Vitiello exploded across major platforms. Over 1,200 headlines flooded the internet worldwide. Royal monitoring systems quickly flagged trending phrases like fraudulent biography, marriage record seal, and Toronto relocation timeline. Inside the palace, it was classified as a Level 3 institutional reputation risk. According to Windsor media insiders, all eyes turned to Meghan's Canadian years from 2012 to 2015.
Since I started talking about Meghan Markle's marriage with Trevor Ingleson, a lot of people have pointed out that she was actually married before.
Back then, she was in a confirmed relationship with chef Corey Vitiello and reportedly lived in a midtown Toronto apartment linked to his restaurant's business address. But old questions resurfaced about a mysterious trip she took to New York in August 2015, right before she ended things with Corey and cut off her Toronto circle completely. Then came another bombshell. On February 4th, Corey Vitiello posted a black and white photo of the Toronto street corner where they allegedly lived together. The caption read, "The truth never sleeps," Within 24 hours, it had been shared over 600,000 times. Old legal filings from Canada and Georgia suddenly resurfaced, and Palace lawyers rushed into full legal review mode over every U.S. document linked to Meghan Markle before her royal engagement.
And if Meghan Googles herself as much as we know she does, she will not be happy with that.
By 2000 GMT on February 5th, internal palace papers revealed King Charles's office had already started quiet talks with the Home Office and the Department for Digital, Culture, Media, and Sport about possibly revoking Meghan's formal royal status. This wasn't routine bureaucracy. It was high-level damage control straight from Montecito to London. Meghan herself stayed silent publicly, but insiders claim she told her legal team to gear up for battle. They were reportedly preparing tough media responses and potential injunctions against what she views as false claims about her private past.
Meghan, you can't build an empire when you're burning through your architects. No amount of branded coffee or curated glossy Instagram posts can make the instability.
Behind the scenes, lawyers were lining up at lightning speed. Meanwhile, the Archewell press team was tracking every single mention of Joe Giuliano in US and Canadian outlets. Royal insiders said the crisis was being treated with constitutional urgency. If any verified omission or misrepresentation tied to Meghan's royal entry was proven, it could trigger an ultra-rare permanent removal clause, erasing her name from royal archives and wiping her from future historical records. That kind of move would be unprecedented.
More trouble for Meghan Markle launching her lifestyle brand. As Allison Hall reports, the new name she's chosen.
To make things worse, Meghan's much-hyped Dubai trip was never meant as a quiet getaway. It was supposed to mark a glamorous comeback. February had been planned as the launch for a high-profile golf charity event leading into the March rollout of her new lifestyle brand, reportedly called Ever Arabia. But everything fell apart fast. On February 4th, she was reportedly denied entry, and by February 6th, senior royal figures had given her what insiders called a diplomatic cold shoulder. The grand rebrand collapsed right in front of the world's cameras. The timing couldn't have been worse.
Another amazing friend who we've never met, but who believes in us.
Meghan's brand momentum in the US was already slowing. Netflix had paused future projects. Spotify had ended its partnership, and donations linked to Archewell reportedly hit record lows. Dubai was supposed to be her big reset, a glossy image built around elegance, motherhood, and global diplomacy. Leaked planning papers showed a full first-quarter relaunch plan, a private women's empowerment roundtable at a Palm Jumeirah resort, teaser collabs with elite Dubai fashion houses, and docuseries footage focused on reconciliation and personal growth. There were even secret investor meetings planned for a candle and home goods line under the As Ever label. It was a full-scale production plan. But here's where things took a sharp turn. None of these Dubai ventures were officially registered with the UAE Ministry of Economy or mentioned in her visa paperwork. Authorities reportedly saw that as an attempt to conduct media and business activities without clearance, a direct violation of local rules. Her entry was denied, and the fallout hit fast. By February 5th, a $3 million influencer partnership with Sahara Beauty Group was suspended. A high-profile editorial shoot with Alba Elegance magazine got scrapped, and regional retailer Zen Magis backed out of fragrance and marmalade negotiations. Everything that was meant to relaunch her brand suddenly vanished overnight. Citing serious reputational risks, even Meghan's planned March 2nd interview with Al Robia English, meant to mark her grand Middle East comeback, suddenly vanished from the broadcast lineup.
So is that a good thing for you in a way that there's so much interest in you?
No, there's definitely not a good thing.
She came with a strategy, but without stability, one Dubai media consultant reportedly said. In a region where image is everything, unresolved legal issues, royal tensions, and shifting stories can turn a public figure into a business risk overnight. While her international plans crumbled, the heat back in California kept rising. Tyler Perry reportedly filed legal claims accusing Meghan and Harry of fraudulent asset use. He allegedly argued that the financial help he gave them for security and housing in 2020 was later used as part of commercial storytelling, without his consent. If those claims hold, they could seriously deepen the chaos.
The people I feel most sorry about are the trolls who their hopes are just built and built and built. And it's like, yes, 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 yes. And then it doesn't happen.
A source close to Tyler Perry said he thought he was paying for a temporary safe house, nothing more, only to see that chapter resurface inside Netflix content. That twist alone sent shockwaves through both Hollywood and royal circles. Meanwhile, Archewell, the multi-million-dollar foundation once hyped as a mix of charity and media influence, is now reportedly under federal review for donor transparency. In late January, the US IRS flagged unusual spending patterns and foreign contractor payments. At the same time, the UK Charity Commission quietly reopened questions tied to Meghan's previous charity links, adding yet another storm to an already explosive situation.
Meghan Markle. Yes, she is so deceptive. She is such a liar that when she got married with Joe, she did not tell him.
Former Archewell staff members, and even a few tied to the royal household, are reportedly cooperating in secret with compliance investigators. This isn't a small audit. It's deep, layered, and serious. What happened in Dubai may be more than a travel denial. Insiders say it could mark a full-blown credibility collapse. Meghan's entire global branding machine, from lifestyle launches to elite networking, now sits in chaos, tangled in unpaid deals, broken partnerships, and rising institutional resistance. Once praised as a powerful women's advocate and palace survivor, the tone around her has flipped fast.
I was scrolling through my feed and someone who was a friend had this video of the two of them. It was like a Snapchat.
Oh gosh, isn't that whole thing? It starts like
With
dog ears.
dog ears. And
That's what he saw of me. And then she sent me an email saying, I know you said you're single and a friend of mine asked about you and maybe you'd like to meet him. And I said, who is it? And she said, it's Prince Has. And I said, who's that?
Critics now claim her brand struggles to exist without royal ties. Even Saudi Arabia, once seen as her next major platform, is said to be rethinking quiet invitations. One senior golf official allegedly put it bluntly, "She carries media gravity, but not the kind you want near your throne." That single line sent international media into frenzy. Then came an even bigger jolt. A Toronto-based investigative podcast called The Archive Room dropped a surprise late-night episode on February 6th that grabbed worldwide attention. The show featured a masked guest, widely believed online to be celebrity chef Corey Vitiello, and listeners went wild trying to decode every word. The masked guest was reportedly Meghan's confirmed partner from 2012 to 2015. Though his name was never spoken, the testimony included exact timelines, apartment details, and recognizable parts of their shared past.
Where Meghan in a beautiful gown and a man in a wedding suit walked down the aisle, and they were surrounded by lots of people. Some people believed that this was actually her first wedding at the age of 18 with Joey Giuliano. This is not the first time when a family member of Meghan Markle is speaking out.
So listeners pieced it together quickly. Around the 32-minute mark, the digitally altered voice dropped a claim that reignited long-buried rumors. The speaker alleged first-hand knowledge of a sealed 2011 marriage certificate filed in Bibb County, Georgia. The voice recalled, "She told me once while packing for a weekend in New York that certain mistakes had been handled legally." He said she even used the phrase, "clean slate." That line hit the internet like lightning. Within hours, online communities tied it to old claims that Meghan may have briefly married an American businessman, Joe Giuliano, before meeting Prince Harry. The podcast, hosted by investigative journalist Lydia Markham, a former Globe and Mail Royal Affairs contributor, skyrocketed to 8.3 million downloads in just 36 hours. Major outlets in the UK, Canada, and the US rushed out transcripts and expert debates, dissecting every word. The pressure on Buckingham Palace surged again as analysts tried to verify the shocking claims. The testimony didn't stop there. It also painted a messy picture of Meghan's sudden exit from Toronto in August 2015, leaving listeners wondering what really drove her move to New York and how it tied into her royal chapter. According to the masked voice, Meghan left for what was meant to be a short New York trip and never came back to the shared apartment. Communication reportedly ended without closure, leaving everything hanging. Observers quickly noticed how perfectly this timeline matched her public rebranding phase. But here's the twist. It directly contradicts Meghan's earlier claim that she'd been single for over a year before meeting Prince Harry in July 2016. Legal experts on BBC Radio 4 and CBC News jumped in, noting that if a sealed marriage record truly exists and wasn't disclosed during royal vetting, it could be a serious breach under royal marital disclosure protocols. A senior palace advisor confirmed that King Charles's legal team had already started internal checks across the Lord Chamberlain's office, the Cabinet Office, and the Home Office. The main question: was there any undisclosed or redacted personal history submitted before the 2018 royal wedding? If those documents exist, things could blow up fast. Meghan's team responded with a short statement from Montecito, calling the podcast a targeted act of character defamation based on conjecture and unauthorized insinuation. The tone was firm, but notably, there was no direct denial and no injunction filed about the alleged Giuliano marriage. By early February 7th, that silence was deafening online. Within hours, the name Joe Giuliano was trending everywhere. Then came the viral clip, reporters catching Giuliano outside a Miami cafe, as cameras rolled and the internet went wild over his every word. Cameras flashed, reporters shouted, and though Joe Giuliano refused a full interview, he dropped one haunting line that echoed worldwide. "I don't erase people. I once loved her." That single sentence set the internet on fire. The 14-second clip exploded on TikTok and X, racking up over 19 million views in just 24 hours. Hashtags like hashtag Meghan sealed marriage, hashtag Giuliano files, and hashtag Vidiello testimony started trending across every platform. The frenzy pushed the palace into another late-night round of media containment as speculation spun out of control. Insiders confirmed King Charles was urgently briefed on the night of February 6th. He allegedly ordered a full dossier, media clips, interview transcripts, and side-by-side timeline breakdowns, searching for any cracks in the story. Advisors reportedly warned him that if a major omission were ever proven, the crown's credibility itself could be shaken. One royal insider put it bluntly, "This isn't just about her anymore. It's about what we failed to catch." That statement raised the stakes like never before. Public opinion split instantly. Some backed Meghan's right to privacy, while others demanded full royal transparency. While many demanded answers, Meghan's silence only fueled the fire. Just hours after the Archive Room podcast hit 8 million streams, on February 7th, she reportedly made a sharp countermove from her Montecito home. Internal notes outlined 4 fast objectives: undermine Corey Vidiello's credibility through quiet PR tactics, send legal threats to stop mentions of Giuliano, reframe her Canadian years as overblown rumor, and fast-track a rebrand under the Ever trademark. This wasn't random. It was strategic. Gossip columns in the US and Canada suddenly painted Vidiello as an opportunist who felt overshadowed by her success. Metadata analysis later traced at least one of those columns back to LSM Strategies, a PR firm tied to Archewell Creative, raising serious questions. At the same time, 2 major American morning shows received pre-litigation letters demanding retractions over claims linking Meghan to unverified premarital records, citing defamation risks. Her legal team also filed a cease and desist notice against the Archive Room podcast, challenging its use of an altered voice without consent. Legal experts noted that no identity had been officially confirmed, but the uproar only grew louder. Meghan's team pushed hard, arguing that any content even implying a sealed marriage, whether named or not, counted as harmful insinuation. Platform X reportedly logged over 150 takedown requests targeting hashtag Giuliano Files posts for alleged privacy breaches, harassment, and twisted context. Many of those takedown requests were denied under public discourse rules. But Meghan's boldest move was yet to come. Her team reportedly tried to rewrite her entire Toronto chapter. Internal PR notes reframed the years 2012 to 2015 purely as a professional growth phase, cutting out nearly all personal details. Former colleagues were allegedly lined up for friendly interviews, repeating one rehearsed message. She was focused on her career, and her only serious commitment was to her craft. The narrative pivot was crystal clear. One leaked February 6th email to a Netflix executive reportedly stated, "Corey's chapter must be erased. It's not aligned with the new Duchess narrative." That one phrase, "erase chapter," went viral, turning into the trending hashtag erase chapter, which critics said showed her attempt to rewrite history during growing scrutiny. The digital battle was raging, with every online move tracked in real time. Then, on February 7th, Meghan filed urgent copyright and trademark applications for her new brand, Evermark. The filings covered wellness products, skincare, organic drinks, streaming content, and self-growth courses, an obvious effort to distance her image from the Sussex identity. Her official press release described Evermark as a forward-facing legacy platform for ambitious, empowered women, sleek, aspirational, and intentionally detached from royal ties. But the move didn't land smoothly. Pushback hit almost instantly, as critics questioned the timing and motive behind this dramatic rebrand. Sussex Legal UK filed a formal objection on February 8th, warning that Meghan's new Evermark brand could confuse the public with the Sussex title. Retailers reacted almost immediately. Whole Foods reportedly paused talks for her herbal tea and fragrance lines, while Spotify canceled her planned 2026 podcast launch. Variety claimed the streaming giant viewed the project as no longer viable for long-term investment. At the same time, King Charles's advisors were briefed on what they called the growing digital manipulation footprint and Meghan's legal counterattacks. That same day, a Privy Communications Council meeting mapped out the constitutional, financial, and reputational impact of officially separating Meghan from the Sussex legacy. A leaked draft, titled Unbinding Protocol Sussex Chapter, outlined possible steps including website removals, public distancing, annulment of titles and privileges, and even visa reviews through the Home Office. The tone inside royal circles was described as cold and decisive. One senior official reportedly summed it up sharply. Her silence could have been manageable, but this is resistance through erasure. The Crown doesn't erase history to ease discomfort. Meghan's growing efforts to rewrite or control past narratives were now colliding with royal protocol and legal scrutiny, her public image shields cracking under mounting pressure and global doubt. The chaos hit a new peak when chef Corey Vitiello officially filed a civil defamation lawsuit against Meghan in the Ontario Superior Court of Justice on February 8th. According to Royal Newswire's legal desk, the suit claims Meghan deliberately twisted their past relationship to discredit him, rewrite history, and paint him as emotionally unstable. The filing cited her off-camera February 3rd remark, where she called him a mistake, and internal Netflix messages that allegedly read, Corey's chapter must be erased. Vitiello is demanding 2.5 million Canadian dollars in damages and a public retraction, insisting it's not about the money, but about restoring dignity. That same day, Joe Giuliano, long rumored to have once been married to Meghan, was spotted outside a Miami cafe. He refused full interviews, but dropped one powerful line, "I don't erase people. I once loved her." The 14-second clip went viral across major US networks, interpreted as both a quiet jab at Meghan's rewriting and a signal he might cooperate with ongoing investigations. Then came another twist. Two women once linked to Prince Harry posted cryptic messages online. One wrote, "Some people spend more time deleting the past than building the future," a post shared over 1.3 million times. Even Chelsea Davy reportedly added, and later deleted, a sharp reply, "History isn't something you curate, it's something you own." The digital storm around Meghan was now fully global and deeply personal. Though Meghan wasn't named, many saw the posts as painting her as a revisionist instead of a survivor. By February 9th, major outlets, including The Times, The Globe and Mail, and The Washington Post, shifted tone, accusing her of strategic memory holding and weaponized erasure. Her tight grip on the narrative was now under full-scale public and institutional fire. Good Morning Britain aired a joint segment calling it a reputational crisis worse than the Oprah fallout. Three former palace correspondents claimed the issue wasn't just perception, it was a matter of trust with the Crown itself. Commercial fallout hit fast. Whole Foods canceled 2 Evermark product lines, and Spotify confirmed on February 8th that it was dropping all Sussex-linked podcast deals. Behind palace doors, King Charles was briefed that public opinion had flipped hard. Privy Communications polling showed 61% of UK respondents believed Meghan had deliberately edited or withheld parts of her past. Skepticism was growing fast, and the Crown was paying close attention. The King's Advisory Council reportedly drafted a severance memorandum, a legal plan to finalize Meghan's removal from all royal records and privileges. The growing public outrage and legal pressure sped everything up, and by dawn on February 10th at 3:40 GMT, Meghan Markle was effectively erased from the institutional memory of the British monarchy. The royal family's website quietly deleted her profile, photos, biography, and marriage timeline all gone, replaced with a short note stating she was no longer associated with official duties. Links to her past patronages were disabled, and archived media moved into restricted press folders. Later that morning, Princess Anne attended a ceremony at the Royal Academy of Military Science and broke script with powerful words. It takes integrity to stand under scrutiny. It takes courage to own one's history, and it takes truthfulness to earn the right to serve. The audience applauded instantly. Media outlets across Britain interpreted Anne's statement as a sharp rebuke of Meghan's conduct. Insiders said she was deeply troubled by what she viewed as a betrayal of royal trust, the first senior royal, besides King Charles, to speak so directly amid the scandal. That evening, King Charles spoke at the Royal Archive Centennial Gala, officially honoring history, but his tone carried sharp judgment. We must preserve not just records and facts, but the courage to face them. History shall not be rewritten for convenience. The audience instantly caught the meaning, an unmistakable message to Meghan. By dawn, leaked memos revealed the Royal Legal Office had asked the UK Home Office to review Meghan Markle's visa and travel privileges. An insider confirmed she was to be classified as a private US citizen with no royal designation, a symbolic but powerful shift that changed everything. By February 10th, the collapse was complete. Whole Foods officially ended its Forevermark organic talks. Netflix shelved Meghan's documentary indefinitely, and Spotify scrubbed all promos for her unreleased 2026 audio series. Every one of her commercial platforms went dark, and the Archewell Press site was wiped clean. No media kits, no events, nothing left. For 3 days, Meghan vanished from public view, a silence tabloids called the Montecito disappearance. Only her lawyers moved, filing an emergency copyright defense for Evermark. According to royal archives, no figure had been erased this completely since Edward VIII's abdication. Yet even he kept a page in history. Palace insiders confirmed Meghan's record was fully sealed and reclassified. Her royal presence officially ended between February 2nd and 10th. In one final note before leaving Windsor, King Charles wrote, "Closure is not vengeance, it's protection from erasure." And that marks the end of the Meghan Markle chapter. Historic, shocking, and final. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you on the next one.